Now, in a landmark first for any G7 nation at the end of this month, Ratcliffe-on-Soar power station site in central England will close its doors. It is signaling the end to polluting coal-powered electricity in the UK. Now, Ratcliffe-on-Soar power station has dominated the landscape of the English East Midlands for nearly 60 years. It looms over the small town of the same name and a landmark on the M1 motorway bisecting Derby and Nottingham. Now, some residents are afraid about how will they function without the power station, while some wonder how will they find a new job.
Well, it just makes me wonder how we've had all these power stations and how all of a sudden we're going to be able to cope without them. I just wonder when we get at peak times whether we'll need some more power from somewhere. I don't know where it'll come from, but yeah, just a bit worrying, really.
It's like a landmark, really. And also, like, especially because my dad works there, he's been working there for about, I think it's coming up to 4 years now, and obviously he's going to have to find another job.
Coal has played a vital part in British economic history, powering the Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries that made the country a global superpower. And one would not forget, it created London's infamous choking smog. Even in the 1980s, it still represented 70% of the country's electricity mix, before its share declined in the 1990s. In the last decade, the fall has been even sharper, slumping to 38% in 2013, 5.0% in 2018, and then just 1.0% last year. In 2015, the then Conservative government said that it intended to shut all coal-fired power stations by 2025 to reduce carbon emissions. But last year, natural gas represented a third of the UK's electricity production, while a quarter came from wind power and 13% from nuclear power. Now, the head of the Energy at the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit think tank said that the UK's 2030 clean energy target was very ambitious.
The UK's 2030 clean power target is obviously very ambitious, one of the most ambitious across Europe and across the world. But the old government had a target for 2035 and 95% clean power by 2030. So really, all the political parties are aiming for about the same sort of date. And really, it's important because the past 3 years of the gas crisis have shown us that we can't afford to rely on it anymore, and actually moving towards renewables, cleaning up our power is the way to achieve energy independence, and that's really what the aim of the game is.
The new Labour government launched its flagship green energy plan after its election win in July, with the creation of a publicly owned body to invest in offshore wind, tidal power and nuclear power. Now, the aim is to make Britain a superpower once more, this time in clean energy.
And this is really where it's showing global leadership. Phasing out coal as one of the first countries to do so, it sends a very strong message that the UK is taking climate change as a matter of great importance, and also that this is only the first step. So we've got rid of coal, but we now need to get rid of oil and gas, move on to renewables. And the last few years of the gas crisis have shown us that we can't rely on gas either.